because there was not that opposing person anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, you're good. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 6 of the Detour Podcast. Today we got a interesting topic to talk about. Before that, I actually did my ancestry to see kind of where my ancestors are from. Got it back a couple days ago.
Okay.
I've been holding on to it because I wanted to talk about it on the podcast.
Hey, there we go.
So it's gonna be quite.
So you haven't
interesting.
opened it yet?
No.
All right, so
not at all.
new.
Not at all. Brand spanking new. Let me pull it up real quick. Let's see. Where is that email? But yeah, you were talking about how you wanted to do it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it probably within the next couple of weeks is when I'll probably end up doing it and getting it to see like what. Because both my parents have gotten it, so mine probably wasn't too far off from theirs.
From theirs. Yeah, and it was really quick since the headquarters is here.
Yeah, that's true.
So it wasn't too bad. Let me see. All right, so Liz, my girlfriend, wanted to be here for it, but I guess she had to work later than expected, so that's all right. Here we go. We're gonna explore it to see kind of what it is. Go. I kind of thought hers would have been a bit more interesting, but I mean, mine's probably not
Before
gonna
you
be
read
far
it,
off.
what do you think yours is gonna be strong in and whatnot?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I know we're gonna have German and Italian because of Grandma. I know we're gonna be very white from Grandpa from England. I apparently heard that I either have Native American or African American from my mom's side.
Okay.
My nan said she had like 1% of something. So
okay.
We'll see if it tracks back. But it goes through like traits and what traits you get from which parent.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then the journey. So I have 8 regions my ancestry comes from. And there's a new update coming soon that talks more about it. So yeah, it seems pretty freaking white to me.
Okay.
We got 33% Germanic Europe.
Okay.
We got nothing in Italy, actually. Nothing shows Italian at all, even though Grandma says I think her dad or her grandpa's Italian.
I don't know.
She mentioned that, but 33% Germanic Italian, 29% England and Northwestern Europe.
Okay.
20% Scotland. 6% Cornwall.
Cornwall. Okay.
I don't know what that is. 4% Wales, 3% Sweden, 3% Ireland, 2% Iceland.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I got a lot of little things. Interesting.
So yours is just Europe.
Yeah. So I don't know what my name was talking about, but Iceland, that's pretty cool. And then yeah, nothing down here, just
so mainly Germany.
Germany goes into a little bit of Switzerland, Austria, a little bit of Belgium. Got Sweden in me. That's pretty cool. And then obviously typical white stuff. The UK.
So where's the Native American?
I don't know, dude. That's the wild thing is people say stuff and then it just doesn't actually show up. So Grandma's a liar, my nan's a liar, all my family's a liar. And let's just look at like the top few traits passed down. So I think, oh my gosh, I got almost everything from, I think parent 2 is my mom. So I almost got everything from my mother.
Oh yeah. Your mom actually had a lot more different regions.
Yeah.
Yeah, your dad only had 4.
Let's look at it all.
And your dad had...
My dad has 3.
4.
Oh, 4, yeah.
And your mom has 8 different regions.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's cool. So I get most of Germany from my mom, most of England from my dad, Scotland from my dad, and then almost everything else except Iceland from my mom.
That's wild.
That is really wild. Let's see. Let's go and find the trait thing real quick. Traits. I don't care about the survey. I've already gone through that. Okay, so my face does not flush from alcohol, and I get that from my dad.
Okay.
I get my artsiness from my mom, even though my dad's more of the artsy one.
Okay.
Oh! My athletic ability is less athletic, and I get it from both parents.
Less athletic. There you go.
It says less naturally athletic, and by parents. Just show me the by parents. Yeah, and it's both.
Less athletic.
So I'm not athletic, I guess.
Less naturally athletic. So you can still be athletic. It's
But I'm
just
just
you're
not naturally.
natural at it.
And both my parents just screwed me over on
Yeah.
that one. Let's find some better one. Likely to get cavities, thanks, Dad. Unlikely to have a cleft chin. I know that much. I am very competitive, but I thought I would have gotten that from my mom.
Okay, so
Because
your dad's
she's-
the more competitive.
Unlikely to enjoy dancing. I don't. I am motivated by success. So my dad doesn't like... Yeah, my dad's not really a good dancer either.
Okay.
But, let's see. My mom seems to be more of a person to do things alone, but likely to prefer doing things with people. I can't wiggle my ears. So I don't know where that came from.
I can.
Do it. Yeah, I don't know how you can do that.
Just a muscle.
Yeah, it's a muscle that I'm very weak in, I guess. Let's see. Longer eyelashes, natural birth weight, even though I was fat. That's what I was told. No dimples. Earwax. Wet earwax. Okay. That's interesting. Well,
That's kind of cool, though.
That's
You're
kinda
like
cool.
all European countries.
yeah.
Even a little bit of Iceland, which is kind of wild.
Yeah. I'm Icelandic. What is Icelandic?
Icelandic.
Icelandic in Swedish.
And Swedish.
That's pretty cool.
Sweden.
But I know
Swedish.
that the website and that stuff will update so that the sample you sent in, they'll be able to
Slightly
like
changes.
detail it better. So you'll
Okay.
actually get a more in-depth thing. So maybe it's just so far back, like those little things that it just doesn't even register to me.
Maybe. To where it's just died out, like if it was that long ago.
Or maybe I just didn't get any of it, and like my siblings and stuff might have gotten more.
Yeah, I wonder how it compares to your siblings.
Yeah.
Because
me
you both
too.
have the same parents.
Hmm.
Like, I wonder if your guys are, like, identical.
Or like
Or, like,
completely different
yeah,
based on...
what you inherited from your mom and dad.
Yeah, wow. Interesting.
Does it pull up, like, a family tree or anything?
So you have to basically build your family tree based off of names and stuff. So like for the church, they have like their thing of family tree, and that one's extensive because I can connect to grandmas. But for this, I really can't.
Okay.
But it'll tell me where my family came from like 300 years ago to, so yeah, Mississippi and Alabama, that's definitely where my mom's side came from. Southern Utah and Arizona, and then Western Gulf. So I think that's more of my mom as well. I think this is more dad, because they came from like Utah and Idaho. So, very interesting.
That is, yeah.
Ancestral journeys by parent. I want to dive more into this later, because it wasn't what I was expecting at all, but I'm glad that...
So
Eight
no Italian.
regions. None at all. I'm more German than Italian.
More German than anything else.
Yeah, unfortunately. Just kidding. Germany's pretty cool, but I got really in depth into Italian culture and stuff like that, hoping I had some Italian, and I got none, so that sucks.
Okay.
But that's that. So when Ty gets his, we'll go into that. But it is very interesting to kind of see your ancestral region and see like what part of the world your family came from and how you got here, basically.
Yeah, that is true.
So
Because I would actually like to have like a family tree of like seeing how long ago my ancestors did come to the United States, and like to see their little path.
yeah, because it is very interesting of like whether they came as like they came with the people fleeing Britain or whatever, like
Or
England when they were getting that
afterwards.
thing, or came afterwards as immigrants in that sense of like
Yeah, of like
coming
what,
to America to
what time frame they actually did come
Yeah.
over. Like if it was during the red coats and the blue coats or whatever, to be like, oh, which
Like,
side
they
were we
basically-
actually fighting, and actually what time of
the
period?
creation
Yeah.
of the U.S. or like did they come after in search of freedom or whatever from
Yeah.
wherever they were. So very interesting, but Yeah, that's really
That is actually pretty cool, though.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Icelandic, though. That's pretty badass.
I can't wait to hear yours.
I feel like mine would probably be a lot more Wales.
More Wales?
And Scottish.
Okay.
Because my dad's side's all from there.
All from there? Okay. Yeah, and then you'd have a little bit of German crabs going on from your mom's side. But now we'll move on to the weekly catch-up because I haven't seen you in forever. Typically we go to the gym, but it's been super busy for him.
Yeah.
It's been very boring for me, but it's been busy for him.
I don't know how you don't have a busy schedule. Like, my schedule is always back-to-back busy.
My schedule is I get home, I'll go to the gym, and then I just gotta kill time until I go to bed.
See, that's wild. I get home, I'm like doing errands and chores, cooking dinner, then I have to immediately go to softball, and then I'm there till like 10, and then sometimes my friends want to go for a beer after, and then all of a sudden I get home at midnight, then I go to bed.
I think it helps that you have friends, so when you go out and do stuff, they'll want to do more things. Because, like, me... Is that a real rat, or... No, that's the cable, sorry. My brain was playing tricks on me. I thought I saw, like, a dead rat on the blanket, or whatever,
Nope,
and that was
just
its
the charger
tail.
to the light.
No, I'm blind. But, for, like, food, I get all my meal prep done one day.
Okay.
So I don't really do much. Or it's very easy where, like, I'll get a rotisserie chicken from Costco, rip it apart, and I just have chicken and rice for a meal. Which I'm completely content eating that every day, which is the weirdest thing.
Okay.
But then chores, we also do at the same time every week, and that's typically on a Saturday. So it's not like it takes too much of my time.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's really I just go to work, go to the gym, and then it's just like if I have to go grocery shopping, then I go grocery shopping, and then that's my day. But I typically don't have more than 2 or 3 things going on at once.
See, that's wild. Like, I'm always back-to-back busy.
Yeah, so I'm starting to go to bed earlier to try and get my 8 hours of sleep in.
See, that's wild.
I love it.
It's impressive, though.
Yeah, so, like, my dad goes to bed at 9 to wake up at 4. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm going to bed at 9:30 to wake up at 5:30. So, like, that whole 8-hour difference, it's actually made a huge change knowing I'm getting at least 7.5 hours of sleep a night. Because
that's wild.
I'm cranky if I'm not getting sleep.
Really?
And I'm like, I feel like if I don't get enough sleep, I'll have a hard time waking up, which will have a hard time getting ready. And then I'm already late to work, but I'm going to be even more late to work than I typically am. So it's just going to, like, set the day off terribly. But, like, recently, the past 4 nights, because my watch tracks sleep, I've gotten 85 up to a 94 on my sleep. And my training readiness was at 100 yesterday.
That's wild.
Yeah, and I didn't go to the gym. But I was, like, prime, optimal to go, and I didn't go. But it's nice to get some sleep.
I think my prime is when I get 6 hours of sleep.
Really?
Yeah. Anything more, I'm groggy throughout the day. Anything less, then I'm also groggy, but I snap into it.
That's fair.
I think too much sleep fucks me over too much.
Mine's if I hit any more than 8, like, in the 7.5 to 8 is good for me. Anything more, yeah, it screws me over because then I just can't get out of bed. But any earlier, I can wake up, but I can tell that lack of sleep is just screwing me.
Okay.
Screw me for the rest of the day. And I also read that sleeping 8 hours helps in many different ways. Like, it helps prevent certain diseases that are brain related. If you sleep less than your body can handle, it actually helps break down, like, certain cells, and it's not a good thing.
Okay.
And it's also good for, like, if you're trying to go to the gym and stuff, it helps with recovery, it helps with muscle building and all that stuff. So I'm really going to try and see if I do that with the gym, eating my stuff, to see if it makes that big of a difference.
Okay.
I feel the difference, but I kind of want to see, like, the other benefits it has, so.
Hey, that's fair.
But it is interesting.
Hey, that's good on you, though. Give you props for getting 8 hours of sleep. That's impressive.
It's different. That it's weird that people can, like, survive and function off of different amounts of sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
Like me and you can't. But I don't know. Because if we tried to switch, we'd both be groggy.
Yeah, there's no way I could force myself to, like, sleep that much.
Really?
Or go to bed at 9:30. Are you kidding me? It's hard enough for me to go to bed before midnight.
It was good because I started it on the weekend. So I'm already going to bed, like, trying to go to bed early. So then I know if I don't, I can, like, kind of get into it. And then just laying there, I'm already exhausted by 9 o'clock.
I hate you.
Most days. So I'm just like, I'm going to go to bed now. And then I'll go to bed and
that's wild.
Crack out, so.
It's impressive, though.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to get into our segment for today.
We will.
And our topic is conspiracies.
Conspiracy theories, it is.
Conspiracy theories, it is.
Which, I mean, a lot of people are into those. Hannah is into those.
I feel like a lot of people are actually into them. Because you never know what's actually the truth.
And it's sometimes more fun to speculate these crazy ideas than to actually understand everything. So, like,
yeah.
Bigfoot, like, that's outrageous. However, it's kind of fun to think that something like that could be out there.
Be out there.
Yeah, or like aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
In the way that we think that they're there. I don't know. It's pretty cool. So, did you have one that you wanted to talk about?
My first one that I believe in is that we haven't been to the moon.
Yeah, I can see how that is a possibility.
Like, supposedly we went back in 1960s or 70s to the moon, and looking at that spacecraft looked so pathetic, and somehow they were able to stream it across the whole world with the technology from 1970.
Yeah, whatever it was to get from the moon.
Yeah, to get to the moon. And then there's like so many other different things, like there's videos of like the shuttle landing on the moon. Who the freak put the camera up there to record this little thing coming down?
Yeah.
And then like every video of it on the moon, it's just pitch black darkness. Where's the stars?
Yeah.
And then there's also like the flag moving, and then it's like, why have we not been back? To where like then there was like, oh, we lost the technology. I'm like, how did we lose the technology when it's been 50 years? Wouldn't we have better technology and better?
Yeah, our technology is way better than it was.
And we didn't really, while we were there, explore the moon, like the dark side of the moon, or like what resources are below the surface of the moon or whatnot. So I don't know. There's too many variables and unknown to where I just personally believe we haven't been there. And seeing different videos, and like the videos look wild, like fake, and then you can see like camera lighting or weird, like I think it was filmed in Hollywood.
Yeah.
A Hollywood set. To like, yeah.
I also don't understand why we haven't gone back since we've been there once. Like, why don't we go back again?
Yeah. But it makes no sense.
Yeah. No, I definitely can see
if
that.
If our world civilization always wants to conquer as much land and ownership of the earth right now, because everyone's so power hungry they want as much land and ownership, why has no one been back to claim the moon or more of the moon?
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense knowing our civilization, how most people are greedy and power hungry that they want more and more land. So why has no one gone?
Yeah, like a fight for property on the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all.
It makes no sense.
That is a really good one, because I feel like with people talking about like the shadows and the photos not aligning and all that stuff, like
the flags moving when there's no
there shouldn't be
there's wind up there.
Wind because there's no atmosphere, so nothing should move unless it's like already set in motion. So if it's just sitting there. Yeah. Beats me, dude.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's one that I believe in.
Okay.
Or don't believe happened.
You don't believe? Yeah, okay. That's fair. That's fair. I think the conspiracy theory, I guess it's not really a conspiracy theory, but it's more of like, I don't believe the Bermuda Triangle has anything to do with aliens and shit like that. It's because people have talked about how it's just in that area there's specific weather phenomenons where like it's just more stormy and stuff. So like the reason why ships and planes go missing is because the storms within that region are like so intense that more often than not it capsizes, you know. It capsizes everything and it's just very interesting to be like, you enter this thing and you disappear. Like,
yeah, but why does like all the different radio waves and like frequencies? And
because of the storm. The storms can disrupt.
So like
radio
there's a storm
waves.
Constantly within that triangle, 24/7.
I don't know. Let me Google.
Planes go down, boats go down. You don't think there's something funky going on over there?
Not at all. Not at all.
Do you know that eels come from the Bermuda Triangle? That's where they're born.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
Another
believe it.
weird phenomenon from the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay. Let's see. Explanations range from dangerous weather, rogue waves, and strong ocean currents to, methane hydrates from the seabed causing ships to lose buoyancy, along with human error. The consensus suggests the number of incidents isn't usually high for such a heavily trafficked area, and that the mystery is a myth fueled by tales of the unexplained, not actual supernatural forces. So I think people tend to make it more, like, put light more on the things that do go missing there.
Okay.
When in reality, a lot of more things pass through there and are completely unaffected, but, like, there's certain things that can cause shipwrecks or plane crashes because of...
So you just think it's, like, just a big hoax of, like, people playing into the tall tales?
I think people amp up when things do happen. Oh, aliens. Ooh.
Okay.
But in reality, it's just like, how many people have to go...
But it is kind of weird
at some point
for a certain little triangle section of the ocean that's the most disappearing
that is
boats,
true.
ships. Yes, there might be a lot more storms or whatever, but like the amount is kind of wild.
Interesting. But it also is just like, I don't know, if science can explain that stuff happened, it's hard to believe that supernatural forces are what's taking over and causing these ships to whatever. It's like,
yeah,
like the whole thing with Tomb Raider of how they got to find this lost island, but once you're on the island, you're stuck there forever because there's constant storms surrounding the island and then jagged rocks surrounding the island, so it's like impossible to leave.
Yeah,
it's just more of like unfortunate circumstances.
Unfortunate circumstances.
That's what I like to believe.
Okay. What about, I don't know, one that's like not a conspiracy anymore is like what is it? The Ultra Project, MK Ultra.
What's that?
It was a legal human experiencing program designed and undertaken by the U.S. CIA to develop like hypnotizing and like that type of thing on the public. And it was always a conspiracy theory like, oh, that would never happen, like, oh, the government isn't experimenting on its own citizens and whatnot. But then it finally came out like, oh yeah, they did actually do experiments with like everyday people of like hypnotizing them or like different types of like things or whatnot, but then it actually came out to be true. Like in such as covert administration of doses of psychoactive drugs, especially LSD and other chemicals without the subject's consent, and just like seeing how like they can get people to be more agreeable or like to like control the masses.
More compliant. Interesting.
Yeah, more compliant.
Interesting.
And then it actually came out to be like it actually did happen.
That's actually a thing.
Even though it was a conspiracy for so long, and then when it finally came out, it's like, that's not a conspiracy. That's actually true.
That's actually messed up. Speaking of conspiracy theories that are true, there's this one, and it's a little intense, but it's called the Dead Baby Project. So the conspiracy is that the government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing, and it is true, but they were only stealing parts of dead bodies. They needed the young tissue. It says because they needed young tissue, they recruited a worldwide network of agents to find recently deceased children and babies, and then they would take samples and even limbs, each collected without notification or permission of more than 1,500 grieving families.
Jeez.
So, yeah, and let's see. It says laughing at conspiracy theories is good fun until they turn out to be true. So I think it was called Project Sunshine. In the wake of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the U.S. government commenced a major study to measure the effects of nuclear fallout on the human body. Which, that's crazy.
That is actually...
Taking parts of young kids and babies without family consent.
There's actually... That is wild. That's like...
That's messed up.
Disgusting.
That
The fact that what some people do is actually disgusting.
Yeah. The government is so messed up with all the things that like have come out that they've done, especially back in like World War II to Cold War era, where they did a lot of experimental stuff, and not just the U.S. government, but I know like the Russian government's done some crazy crap, and it's just like the most wild thing to think. Oh, we're just gonna take people, whether they're alive or they're dead, and we're gonna experiment on them for the sake of the betterment of our country. But it's just like, bro,
Yeah.
disgusting.
Another one that I just thought of is, do you know the Rothschilds?
Mm.
Like they owned all the oil. They like capitalized on like the oil industry. Well, did they? I don't know. They were super wealthy or whatnot, and they were like capitalized across something. And then there's a conspiracy theory of like the Titanic. You know how it went down.
Yeah.
That technically it had a sister ship.
The Olympia.
Yeah, and they relabeled the Titanic as the Olympia, and they knew it was going to go down or whatnot. So then the people could get an insurance claim. But the Rothschilds, right before the departure, supposed like very late and like right before they were departing, they backed out and said, "Oh, my family's not going." And another like super high up political person that is opposing like the Rothschilds, he was the next in line and went on, who ended up later dying. And then whatever political thing, I forget what it is, when the Rothschilds point won because there was not that opposing person anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, you're good.
But back to it. Yeah. So, like, the Rothschilds, like, and that's a whole conspiracy in itself. Like, was it actually the Titanic, or was it its sister ship,
Yeah,
the
that
Olympia?
was
And
missed,
then
whatever.
They just played it off so then they could still depart, and then it was like an insurance claim because it went down or whatnot.
Yeah. I have heard about that. And that is crazy because, like, you could see that there was a ship there, but there's not labeling on it. Like, you can't see the name of the ship on the side of the ship because it's been there so long.
Like in the water?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't really... You could prove that happened, but you can't prove what ship actually went down.
What ship it was, yeah.
Yeah, so... That is one I feel like I've heard before. There's another one that I've heard before where it talks about, like, tobacco companies knowing cigarettes cause cancer.
Oh, they did. They paid doctors.
No, it's the truth, because at the beginning of the 50s, research shows an indisputable statistical link between smoking and lung cancer. But it wasn't until the late 90s that Philip Morris, the nation's largest cigarette maker at the time, admitted that smoking can cause cancer.
Yeah, they would literally pay doctors
to lie
to
and
lie.
Say, no, it can't. It's
safe. Like,
yeah, you could do it. Now I've noticed more that, like, gas stations and stuff will put signs that saying the purchase of cigarettes has the risk of causing cancer.
Yeah.
And, like, you have to leave.
They have
that
to.
now. You can't say
yeah.
it can't cause cancer. So I don't know why people still do it. Like, I get if you are battling an addiction, it's hard. But I don't know why people still do it knowing, like, oh, man, this can cause cancer and I could die early from smoking just shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One that I think's wild is the pyramids.
Yeah. Science can't explain it enough for me to believe that.
Like, you're
a bunch
telling
of
me
malnourished slaves
could drag these
no
1,000-ton
yeah,
rocks
thousands of tons
up
of
a ramp onto this giant pyramid.
Well, also, and how it
and the
used
age
to be
of it,
white, like
with the
pyramids
gold
used to be white.
top.
The gold top would weigh like tens of thousands of tons alone, and the fact that it makes no sense.
It makes no sense how it actually happened. And then the age of it doesn't make sense because like they say it's like, oh, it's like 5,000 years old, or let me see actually. 4,600 years old, but I guarantee that it's so much older from like erosion and like there's no way that 4,600 years ago they built that.
And I can believe that if it was built tens of thousands of years ago, well, it's because some ancient civilizations have proved that they had advanced like ways of living. So they had like is the right word irrigation for water?
Yeah.
So like there's this, I can't remember what civilization it was, but they had like advanced irrigation for the time being, showing that they were closer to where we currently live and how we live than we, people after them. So it almost seems like there was a period of time where people were advanced.
I truly believe
And then
the world was more advanced, and then we lost that
due to like
technology,
natural
or
disaster.
like I think we went to the Industrial Revolution, which is like the machines and coal and all that. I think there's somehow a different technology type way
Similar to
that we used to be, and then we lost that thinking and like technology, and now we went to an industrial.
Yeah, so it's like they hit
technology.
some super advanced thing for their time. Yeah, and then something happened, and then like it's almost like everything reset.
Yeah, like a great reset, and I think it happens often.
Yeah, because
I think civilizations get too advanced that they end up wiping themselves out.
Either wiping themselves out or natural disaster happens. Because with the way we're treating the Earth, I wouldn't be surprised if within the next couple thousand years we wiped ourselves out.
Yeah.
Because the Earth is like,
if you think about it,
rid of you guys.
Imagine if the internet went out. Do you know how much knowledge would be lost? Like, if their electricity, internet all went out, I don't know how to
it would set us back
do
so far.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to do, like, I know a lot of the physics, chemistry, and all that stuff, to where it's like, I'd be useless trying to figure out the technology back again. There's only like certain people that do know how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It definitely is very interesting to see people can get greedy to the point where they just wipe themselves out. So I'm hoping we shape up, because I know it won't happen in my lifetime, but it'll happen in a future generation's lifetime, and I think people just need to start shaping up, because like the whole ozone is starting to heal itself, which is really good, but I think we need to start taking more measures of being like better to the earth, better to ourselves, because...
Do you believe in climate change?
100%. It's proven by science.
You do believe in it?
It's proven by science.
You believe?
I'm a religious man, but it's proven by science.
Okay.
Yeah, because obviously greenhouse gases affect the way the atmosphere is, which is basically like, the way I see it is the way with normal greenhouse emissions and CO2 stuff is like if your car had the windows cracked, where it's like, okay, there's circulation and stuff, but if it's too dense and there's too much CO2 in the atmosphere, it's like if you roll your windows up, all of a sudden it gets really hot when the sun's hitting your car. So I feel like when you regulate how much CO2 buildup is in the atmosphere when there shouldn't be that much, it's basically just magnifying the heat and not letting it escape into the atmosphere, and that's proven by science. So I feel like, yeah.
I just think the Earth naturally warms and naturally cools.
I think it does too, but I think with that, the rate that it's warming is alarming because of what we're doing. Because science.
But then, if you look back in the history of the temperatures,
it does rise, but not to this extreme.
It does.
No. They said that this is the hottest that they can date back. This is the hottest the Earth has been. Because there's always a heating and a cooling where there's been multiple ice ages, but I'm pretty sure they said that the Earth is reaching the hottest temperatures that it's been for the longest duration of time.
No, Earth was the hottest 55 million years ago.
Well, that's so relevant.
And that's with no people and cars.
This is dinosaurs pooping and stuff. That's their fault. Okay, Google, how is climate change affecting the world in terms of temperature now? It's a lot of words and you can change it. Affecting the world. More intense and frequent extreme weather events like heat waves, floods and droughts, rising sea levels, melting ice, warming oceans. So I do think we have something to contribute to what that is, but I think
I don't believe. So that's where one that we aren't on the same page.
That's all right. I just think in the end the world's just gonna kill us.
I think it's gonna correct itself.
No, by killing us. It's gonna have all these disasters, and the whole thing is it's gonna wipe out humanity. We're gonna hit an ice age. Yeah. Everything's gonna reset because
how are we gonna hit an ice age if this is the hottest the world's ever been, Noah?
Because if it kills everyone and it doesn't make any more CO2, then it can change and correct, you dummy.
How is it gonna cool down if it's already so hot?
Go fall off the edge of the earth, okay? You flat earther. Nobody cares. I'm not a scientist, but I do believe in science.
I'm not a scientist.
You jerk. I'm gonna read a textbook. After this, I'm gonna become well equipped for any future discussion on climate change and stupid crap.
Alright. I'd probably say, I don't know. What do you have another one that you believe in or you don't believe in that a lot of people say?
That we live in a simulation.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's hard because there's too many coincidences for it to not be. And how do you have...
like deja vus?
How the fuck do you have deja vu? How? Because there's many things where I'll experience something and it's almost like I can remember the exact same thing happening to me, but from like a couple years ago, and it makes so much sense. Like, it literally connects me back as if I'm like remembering, you know, oh, I went, you know, like when we go to your cabin when we were kids. That's a distinct memory, but when I have those deja vu moments, that's what it feels like.
Okay.
It's like a distinct memory where I'm like, this feels like too real of a memory, but it's weird that it happened.
But is it like, when you experience it, is it like like something eventful, or is it just like a common day, everyday type of thing?
Both.
Both?
I get both. Where it's just like, traffic can suck, and certain like things can happen in traffic that, you know, are very rare and don't typically happen. I'm
like what?
I don't know, like a specific accident, like a pileup or something like that, or like hearing about the news and something happening on the news where it's just like, oh, that catches my attention because I've never heard of anything like that happening before, especially where we live.
Okay.
And then I'll hear it, I'm like, didn't that already happen? I'm like, can I see the future? Or like, this is what's even crazier. This is what's crazier. So I watch a lot of YouTube, and some people I watch, it'll be like I'll watch a video, the next week I'll see it upload, and I'm like, why is this video says it's brand new, uploaded 2 hours ago? I swear I've seen it. And I can go in, and I'm like, okay, this is what should happen at this point in the video, and it does.
Really?
Yeah. So like some of the gamers I watch, because they're just funny to watch, and it's a good easy laugh. One of the jokes that will be said, I'm like, he literally said this joke like this, and that happened, and I remember laughing super hard at it. And it happens.
But what if you saw the clip like on Instagram or TikTok or something else?
I distinctly remember watching it because I don't follow them on Instagram. And they don't typically make the clips like that because I just remember the video. Like, I remember finding the video, clicking it, watching the video, and like those specific clips, and then all of a sudden next week the video's uploaded. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I swear then after the video's posted I see clips about it. But I never see anything about clips and then watching the video, like, see the clips before it's posted. It's like, that like mind freaks me. Sometimes they admit, hey, I had to delete the video due to like YouTube being stupid and doing some like age restriction on it when there shouldn't be. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a re-upload. But if they never mention...
But then what if it is just a re-upload?
And they never mention it, then it just messes with my mind.
Messing with your mind?
It's making me think that, you know, I'm having crazy accounts of deja vu.
No, but a simulation is like a wild, trippy thing to think about.
Yeah. Because The Matrix, have you seen that?
Yeah.
That, watching it, and him not realizing he's actually in a simulation until he's told, and then he starts realizing, this is actually kind of weird how this functions, and then it starts to like kind of bug out once he notices. I think that's crazy. Because like, what if you sat back and you realize we are in a simulation, and you start seeing things just like...
slightly different, and you're like, why is that happening?
Yeah, that shouldn't be normal. Yeah. Or like those videos of where they see like a bird frozen in the air, and they're like, what in the world is happening? That stuff, whether it's real or not, it kind of makes me believe we're in a simulation. Number? Yeah. It doesn't make it easier.
Oh, another one is Jeffrey Epstein. Do you think he killed himself in jail?
I don't know. I don't care.
Alright, well, All right.
Personally, I don't care. The same way with people think Michael Jackson's alive. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Or like Elvis isn't dead. Okay.
Yeah, he's in Hawaii with Stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch. You know when he was the little impersonator?
Yeah. I couldn't care less about those conspiracies about people being dead or still being alive because they're not contributing anything. Like Michael Jackson doesn't make music. There's no music. So why do I care if he's alive or dead? If he's been said dead, he's dead. If you think he's alive,
go find him.
Then yeah, go find him and tell him to make more music. But like, it just doesn't. It just is like stupid to think about those ones because how does that? I don't know.
All right, what about the conspiracy COVID-19?
Okay, I could see that because it came out of nowhere and now it doesn't even matter.
It's like it never existed.
No, for real. It's like the.
It affected our lives for 3 years.
I was about to say 3 years. It was the dumbest thing.
Wearing those masks.
Well, it's like when people said Ebola kills almost immediately. Like if you got Ebola, you're dead, and then all of a sudden, 2 months later, it's never spoke of again. Nobody talks about Ebola.
Yeah.
But I remember when it came out, it's like, if you go to Africa, you can get this one disease, and if it's Ebola, you're gone. You can't come in contact, and now it's like, why? Where is Ebola now?
And COVID-19 was 3 years of everyone freaking out about masks and
seriously,
breathing and coughing on other people.
Seriously. I have never...
It came, it went, it's like it never happened.
It literally is like the flu.
It was the flu.
It's so dumb.
I am a person that truly believes it was just the goddamn flu.
I think it was like a definitely more intense version of the flu, but I don't think it was to the extreme that the world made it seem. Because like when like my mom, Hannah, I think Emma, they've all had COVID, but they've had it to where it's extreme where they couldn't breathe and all those symptoms of people saying they had COVID.
Did they get the shots?
Yes. Actually, from what I know, I think the girls did. I don't know if my mom did.
Maybe
my
that's
thing
the
is,
reason they got
is
sick
I've never gotten COVID. That I know of. I probably could have. Yeah, but
shot or shots?
Shot. I got the first vaccination shot. Like, you gotta get your booster. I'm like, this is just stupid.
See, I never even got the first one.
But I've never.
And I've been perfectly fine.
And I've been perfectly fine.
I never got it.
My thing is like maybe I've gotten it and it was just like the cold.
It's literally like, the cold. It might be a little bit higher, but then the fact that the government was mandating and forcing people to
they made it seem like it was like the end of the world.
Firing people from their jobs if they didn't get it. That's crazy.
Especially when. Where's COVID now? Wow, what lives are like? From what I've seen, is it seems like nobody talks about it because it's not that big of a deal anymore.
Because it never kind of happened. I feel like more people had side effects from the COVID-19 shot. And it made no sense. Oh, you got the shot? Now you need your second shot. And then you need a first booster. Then you need a second booster. I think it went all the way to 5 boosters.
And
which makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's because their whole thing of like, we got to make a vaccine quick.
I think it was
so
just
it's
the government
imperfect.
Controlling masses.
Yeah, I think it's just. I really do think it's stupid.
Yep, but I'm lucky to say I never got that stupid shot.
I got it once
believe in it.
because it was free, and then I decided I've never gotten sick by COVID. If I have, it's been like
a flu.
Yeah, and I'm just like
a common cold.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever, dude. You guys can get the vaccination.
It was wild though when people would be driving their cars in a car by themselves with a mask on. That makes no sense to me. I'm like, you look crazy.
You're by yourself. You are literally by yourself. Somebody can cough in their car and you'll be fine.
And then the whole thing, like with restaurants, oh, you got to wear a mask, but then you can take it off if you're eating or drinking. And then you got to put it back on.
That's one thing I hate in general.
That made no sense.
When they're like, you have to wear your mask at all times unless you're eating. So like at my job at that time, I could be snacking on food for like 2 hours.
And be fine.
My mask can be fine because I'm eating. But once it's done, it's like all of a sudden, what, does the food kill it or something?
And then the food, like, the mask police come around the corner, hey, you finished eating, put your mask on. It's like, where did you just come from?
Mind your freaking business. Yeah, no, that is definitely one that, yeah. And I think it definitely, be along the lines of like, it could, the government controlling using that, I can see that because due to that, it's changed a lot about how we like go about our lives and like jobs and stuff. So like I was reading a thing about how COVID has really affected the younger generation because now getting like internships doesn't really happen anymore because of like the whole COVID thing, and people are like, well, we had to phase that out, and like how everything's like online, but now they're doing everything like how AI is becoming big. It's getting rid of jobs, and I feel like that was like a huge thing that kind of moved it. So it's like now less and less people have jobs, and it's more reliant on technology.
Yeah. I think it is kind of crazy where our day and age is going to with technology and AI and like the capabilities of like not needing the lower people because AI or computers can pretty much do it all.
Can do it, and it's also like that's why for me I think school is completely pointless because I know so many people who have like degrees and they can't get the job that they got their degree for.
I think
it's all about we require at least 2 years of work experience, but how can I get that work experience when
no one will
the jobs that I'm applying
place
for the experience says I need experience? But I've literally like 4 to 6 years of my life dedicated to the specific degree. I know about it. Just give me the experience.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and degrees just aren't good enough. Like you need to have that work experience. I think that's just so stupid.
Well, and I think the way that college does it is kind of a scam of like, oh, you pay us for 4 years and take all these classes and once you graduated,
you're not guaranteed
you're
anything.
thrown to the wolves, and it's like they don't really teach you in a great way of like how to find the jobs or like.
Or like I wish what they would do
stepping stone outside
is
of
like
college.
They would set up like a program so when you're coming to the end of your college years, it'll be like here are actually jobs that your degree.
But then with companies that actually want to hire.
Yeah. So
because a lot of what you said, jobs are like, oh, you need experience, but you can't get experience until someone hires you.
Yeah.
If they actually had like those fields, like, hey, I'm hiring from this school specifically for this career. Field.
I think it'll help a lot because you're giving the tools necessary for people who are graduating to utilize their degree.
Yeah.
Because it really is like a lot of people will get degrees, can't get the job that they wanted to get with the degree, and now they have to work just like, fast food or retail or whatever while they're trying to find those jobs, and it's just even harder because they had that thing of like, well, I specialized in this degree to hope that I can get my job in the next couple of years, but I'm like 28 years old and I still can't even get a job with my degree because
yes, there is some job fairs or whatnot at schools, but they don't like half the companies that go there is just pretty much just advertising themselves.
Yeah, it's more.
And then they're not really actually hiring that like people.
Yeah.
Like it's all like.
I feel like when I went to job fairs, it has nothing to do with like education. It's like I do sales or like I'm medical, but it's more of like if you're gonna do it, you're just gonna be like a janitor or like a receptionist. Like you're not gonna do anything with your degree, so it makes it hard to like see the benefit. Like obviously, if you can utilize your degree and get a job, good for you. But for me, it's just like, why would I waste my time and my money on a degree that more often than not I'm not gonna be able to get an opportunity with the degree.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I can do something else that doesn't require a degree, but I can kind of like put my foot into it and kind of get going, like why not do that?
Yeah.
So like that's why, like I feel like as many pros and cons there is to like the internet and social media and stuff like that, I feel like it is a really good thing because you can really utilize your personality in that. And you have the same not outcome, but the same opportunity as everybody else. So like you can pick up your phone and start recording or play games or whatever, and you have the same opportunity as everybody else to make that your job.
Yeah.
But your outcome depends on one, like are you willing to put in the effort, but two, are you willing to find your niche to make it so you're not just another person playing games. Yeah. But you're like, oh, this person's different than what I've seen, and I feel like. Yeah, there's pros and cons to it all, but I feel like just with how hard it is, it makes me feel like appreciative that there is something that I can do like this on the side of working, that if I put my heart and soul into it and make it like unique and make it niche and stuff like that, it can go somewhere. Yeah. And I have that opportunity. I'm not being shut out because first they tell you need education, now they tell you need work experience, but it's like, it's either you have one or the other, and it's really hard to kind of get both because whether they accept you or not. So,
well, in my personal opinion, I think a degree is useless and a scam because any job can be taught to anyone. Because every company's different. Like, the way that, like, I graduated with business management with an emphasis on operations.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked in different companies, and they all operate differently to where it's like, yes, I've the understanding of some things, but, like, it honestly hasn't helped me at all in all my jobs. Working there and being shown how they do it is so much better knowledge than having some other knowledge. Because the actual career and what I learned in school, drastically different. To where, and then my buddy, he works for a company, he's right below the CEO, and he doesn't have a college degree, and he makes damn near amazing money, and it's all because he learned it at his job, and he was self-driven to actually continue learning at his job, but not getting a degree.
Yeah, I definitely agree that it's, like, as much as people do appreciate work experience now over degrees, which I think is fair because, like you said, for me, I learned so much more hands-on. But if I'm like, let's say I'm reading a textbook about cars, and I go to a car, I can probably tell you what's what, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But if I worked on cars for a couple of years, I know the ins and outs of cars.
Yeah.
I don't need a stupid textbook to teach me that.
First-hand actually working.
So it's like, how that is definitely more valuable, but then the opportunity to get that just doesn't seem to really be there in a lot of different markets, so it's really hard to get that experience. So I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks like college is a scam, and I definitely think overpricing, like, why do they make you take courses that you're not even, like, if I'm doing something in, I don't even know, something that has nothing to do with math, like, let's say I'm doing something fitness related, like I want to be a personal trainer, whatever, right?
Why do you have to take math or, like,
why do I need math or chemistry to know, like, okay, this muscle, like, that stretch, like, whatever?
Well, chemistry I would actually make sense because then you're learning the chemicals that are in the muscle.
I guess that's fair. So science, but, like, math or, like, history, I don't need to know history unless it pertains to exactly what I'm doing. So it just seems like they make you take a bunch of, like, rubbish courses to get your money as, like, it's required, but why? Like, who does calculus?
No one besides a math
Well, we
teacher.
literally have
like,
electronics for that too, to like do those complicated math problems. So just teach somebody how to use a calculator.
Because everyone's going to use the computer to solve those hard problems. They're not going to do it by hand.
Or programmers will program something. So you just all you do is input data, and it scoops it out, and then you're golden. So like, why do I have to learn these stupid written format equations? But yeah, we'll probably cut that there. This is another longer one. Sometimes, we have topics that go on long. Sometimes they're kind of short and sweet. But this one, I was glad we were able to kind of discuss. Yeah. Glad to see what you think's real and what's not.
Yeah, right back at you.
As interesting as it is, I mean, I'm probably, just my opinions are weird, so it's just...
we both have
it's very interesting to hear that, but yeah, you guys, if you guys want to check out more, hit us up on YouTube. We have 5 previous episodes that you should watch. If you're watching this one as the first one, go back and check those out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Do all those fun things to put us in that juicy algorithm.
And if you're listening on to one of our podcast platforms, give us a follow, give us a like, and we'll catch you next time.
We will. Much love.